going to discuss with my guests certain aspects about why the Polish community here in Manchester is so strong and so important.
We had Eva from the Kresy-Siberia Foundation, which preserves the memory of those people who were transported to Siberia by the Soviets in the Second World War. And it was a really humbling experience to see the different aspects of what this foundation does. And Eva was very kind and was sharing some of the films and books that the Kresy-Siberia Foundation has been involved with.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eva Shegidevich, and I'm one of a number of volunteers here in Manchester and around the whole of the UK and worldwide, helping to develop and promote the Kresy-Siberia Virtual Museum, which was established in 2009 to research, remember and recognise Polish citizens' fight for freedom and survival under enemy occupation and in exile during World War II. It includes all those who were from the eastern borderlands, known as the Kresy, from all faiths and backgrounds, whether persecuted, arrested or deported to labour camps in Siberia or Nazi Germany, in the Polish armed forces abroad, those who were refugees and those who remained in Poland. The Kresy-Siberia Virtual Museum is accessible to everyone via the internet and is bilingual in both Polish and English languages. It has a wall of names listing over 60,000 Polish citizens, both survivors and those who perished. A hall of testimonies with over 1,000 clips of video-recorded interviews telling individual stories of people's repression, deportation and fight for freedom from exile. If anyone has any personal stories or material they would like to share with us, please get in touch. I'd just like to mention that Katie has very kindly agreed to write a song for Kresy-Siberia. Hopefully next year we would like to produce a short film. So I'm really looking forward to working closely with Katie on that and seeing what she can produce for us. Thank you very much, Katie.
We also had Joanna Judziek, who is a photographer and who does incredible reminiscence work with the Polish World War II veterans here in Manchester.
You've arranged this wonderful connection with the veterans. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your work with those people like Eva's been talking about here in Manchester and why you think it's so important to keep the memories of those stories alive through the work that you do, the photography, the reminiscence work that you do.
It's a big honor to be here today in so fantastic company, between so fantastic ladies. I came to England 9 years ago, and for these 9 years I'm gathering photographs, and I'm speaking with people like Anya, like Mrs. Halina. Now I got honor to work for Kresy-Siberia Museum and to do interviews, and I would like that this is so important because people who were behaved before Second World War, they behaved on different ideas. They behaved on ideas like God, honor and homeland. And 70 years communism in Poland changed people, because many very highly educated people were killed in camps, and war and 70 years to be under influence Russia changed people, changed society. But people like Anya, people like Mrs. Halina, they inspired me the same like Katie. And I do interview and I do photographs.
Joanna does these incredible portraits of veterans here in Manchester.
This is a very important picture because of this horrible experience. These people, like Anya, they're still helping other Poles who stay in Siberia, because not everyone have chance to come back to Poland.
Talking about the Polish diaspora here in Manchester, who happened to be a scout? Did anyone happen to be a scout?
When I was a child of the late 50s and 60s, as we grew up, it became especially in our teens, it became really important to be part of the history that our parents brought with them. And of course their history was massive, and it wasn't, there was not one single history, but everybody had a different history, and it was really hard to absorb. But the one thing that tied us all was what's actually up there. It was the white eagle, and the white eagle bearing a crown. And I remember as a Girl Guide, or as a Girl Scout, feeling tremendous pride when the Polish flag went up, even though I was a British citizen. And whenever we had to march, whenever we had occasions, scouting, in my youth, and in my Ciocia Hania, in my Hania Przylipiak's youth, was very important. And my father was a Boy Scout during the Warsaw Uprising. And those of us who were brought up in post-war Britain with Polish inbred parents felt that, yes, scouting was very important. Ciocia Hania didn't mention during the war, not only did they carry the mail, they also performed young children, 11, 12, 13-year-olds, performed acts of sabotage on German occupiers, and they were fearless, absolutely fearless. They did it because they felt a sense of patriotism and wanting a free country.